And as you ride your bicycle southward, or your motorcycle, or your car, I was riding a bicycle. As you ride your bicycle southward from Galveston, uh, you can't really go northward very well because there's a ferry you have to cross to get up and you're heading towards Louisiana. You can get there, but it's not really a great ride. But if you go southward, Galveston, you're heading towards Corpus Christi, which is another major capital of culture that's been kind of diminished. The palm tree wonderland is now like poverty-ridden, filth, lice-infected supermarket dollar store town. But it wasn't like that always. And there's an aircraft carrier there at Corpus Christi too, which you can tour. But it's another great town that's just been neglected. And you pass through Matagorda Bay, past Baytown, past the great Dow refinery, Dow chemical plant there in Lake Jackson, which was a design community in post-war America to take care of America's industrial heartland. The son of the famous Dow, D-O-W, who original factory I think was maybe in Cleveland, but his son was tasked with setting up the Dow refinery chemical plant, which is huge. Oh, it's monstrous. In a town called Lake Jackson, actually has no lake whatsoever, but it's called that to attract people living there with the scientists and engineers and chemical technicians. A lot of engineers live in this place called Lake Jackson, which, like I say, has no lake whatsoever. But it's at the end of when Highway 288 terminates out of Houston going south. This is where Highway 288 diminishes and terminates. And it sounds interesting. Lake Jackson is very interesting. This is like the smallest town, but it's a planned community. And the museum in town tells you this whole story about this. It was actually the place where they invented the polymers to put up the light, like Cessna aircraft, what came out of the Dow scientific research community. And they show you the original plastic designs for these ultralight aircraft. They're right there. It looked like they were dated around 1963, 65, 55. The museum is actually astonishing for the little town, absolutely. And they're very proud about this. And I would say that the most perfect town that I have ever been into, most perfect town, was probably Lake Jackson. But that was before the Great Recession hit. And the Great Recession around 2008, man, they just took the whole air out of this whole town. I mean, there were U-Haul trailers like leaving en masse. There was not even one empty house in the community one vacant house before the Great Recession hit. But the Great Recession hit, and then there's like for sale signs all over town. And it's such a sad tale. It is such a sad tale because you know, and I know that the Glass-Steagall law was unleashed. It took the air out of the whole country out of greed. Greed did that behind this massive investigation of the Clinton Foundation. And it destroyed that town. And to this day, it's a wrecked city. It is totally wrecked. I would be going to bet Lake Jackson is another wrecked American city. Because of greed, the greed holocaust. The greed holocaust. No, I can't call it any other way. And globalism.